Hello, any visitor of my channel. Today is day number 25 of 152 days challenge I set for myself. So it's already about 1/6, yes, 6 part of what I planned for. So another 5 months and I will be there. Okay, actually not 5, slightly more. Anyway, we starting our stream today. It was very hot outside today, so everyone walking slightly wobbly, and me as well. I set small fan on my table, so if you listen a sound, probably I can switch it off. Okay, now we should hear only fan of my computer, which I cannot switch off. Yeah, everyone struggles in that heat, and I live in state where it's not usual. Before, when we just relocated here, all the summer were just chill, and the hottest temperature was, I can't translate very fast, so I'll say in metric, was about 27, and on the trees and everything it was not so hot at all, because it was the hottest temperature, but overall it was lower. But now it's much more, so like today we have 32 in shadow, not on the sun, and it was pretty intensive, so hopefully it will end soon. But I see that everything struggles, not only people, also nature. Like if before we need, so we have some garden and we need to water it every few days, and in that heat we need to water every second day. We don't want to water some of the flowers every day, because they will become weak, if you provide someone a lot of resources, it will become weak. It's what we see with the humanity now. Most of the humanity live without some wars, without some epidemic, struggling, etc. So they live pretty well, and now they become weaker. They try to find new adventures, everything, and there are a lot of things which used to be not to be normal, now they're normal, and other things which used to be normal before and now they're not so normal. So, but history will put proper dots over eyes. I as a letter, eyes. Okay, but for now, we have to. Give me a sec. I open my stream somewhere so I can see if there are any comments. Okay, by chance. Okay, and see the stream time. Okay, so pretty hot weather, which is from one point is good, from other, when it's unusual hot, it's not so hot. So people prefer to live in some perfect conditions, if you hear something about conditions at the universe and other planets, there are a very big range of temperatures. For example, you take any planet in known planet which we can at least somehow study, and you see that temperature range between like night and day, between summer and winter is huge. It's like more than hundreds degrees in Celsius, maybe several hundred in Fahrenheit. It's not, for human, it's too much. Human couldn't survive in such environment without some helpers like suits, some special homes, special transport, etc. So it's foreign planet for us. Any planet is foreign for us, where we couldn't live. But if we talk about even our planet, it's if we think about the comfortable temperature range, it would be just maybe, let me think, maybe 15 degrees in Celsius. So let's say from 15, which is pretty cold, not too cold but not comfortable cold, to maybe 30 degrees in Celsius. It's pretty warm, not too warm of course, but already not good. So you see 15 degrees, and that's it. We are so tidy that it's hard to imagine if there are any other place in the universe where we could live so easily. Of course, temperature drops sometimes even in our on our planet in multiple countries more than 15 degrees, but we used to that because we have some clothes, we have buildings, and so on. But when temperature changes just by a few degrees, you see what's happened. Everyone is not comfortable, and even including not our flowers but trees. I see a lot of trees. Our state has, it's called green state, evergreen state. So, and we have a lot of trees, and some of them, they actually struggle a lot, and you could see it very visible near end of the summer, because you see the leaves and everything, and it looks not so good. And also I start seeing a lot of areas with forest, maybe some of trees which are not so sturdy, they start to die just in few years without with high temperatures, without rains. And I don't see any signs of fire or something, so it's not like forest fire, but I see that they're just become too dry, and they died because their roots couldn't access water. But that's it. So I think if something happened to nature and it will start fluctuating more, people start to struggle much more, and it will overcome all the struggles because of any wars, conflicts, and everything which people couldn't divide between themselves. So if people see some nature condition, it would be much more serious for them, and they probably start to forget all their problems they had before with each other, and to live again to live, just to live. They need to unite, they need to become stronger and think about it and to invent something. So start understand things better. Maybe not spend huge amount of time in some social media. Sometimes not so useful, let's say useless. And start doing some things with their own hands, using their mind. But right now, as I said, current environment created a lot of not so strong and tough people. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not, we'll see. Like, I like to say history will show, but the thing is that sometimes it's very hard to study history, because history is written in books, and those books are written by some authors, and authors have some dependency or influence by others. So in many cases what you read, it's not actual history, it's representation by someone. And sometimes that people have some task to represent that history in some or other way. So it's not always true history. In most cases it's not true history. But with era of internet, it's very clearly visible even now. Era when everybody can search any books, they have access to so many resources, and again people, it's very hard to search among, like, in this internet, and people mostly believe something they can find fastest. So they believe some well-known media, and well-known media also controlled by some group of people, and then can represent the same facts very differently. So they could say only half of truth. I don't say they always just telling you fairy tales, but the same story could be told from 10 different angles, and sometimes they choose all the time the same angles which represent someone as good, someone as bad, and some things which have multiple senses. They just took one or two and show it for you and say, we are very good independent journalists, please hear us. And it's I studied so many during the last few years, especially when the war starts in Ukraine, and I understand very quickly that media in Ukraine not telling the truth. They tell only small part of the truth, and they provide a lot of not truthful information at all. And it was very clearly visible because they used to tell some unbelievable things, like, let's remember. Okay, they told, for example, that modern rockets. Yes, United States has modern rocket. Germany, France as well, Russia, and they said that don't drive with. Let me find that word because. Let me find that word. I know that. Okay, maybe chalk. So something which people draw on the road, chalk. Yes. So they said, don't draw with chalk on the roads, on the buildings, because there could be some signs, like like that, the circle and cross in the circle, like yeah. Oh, my English. Yeah. Sometimes I couldn't tell what I think, but okay, it's fine. So, yeah, they told, please look at that signs, and if you find someone draw that circle and some special symbols or special objects with chalk everywhere on the road or on the building, on the side of the building, I don't know, everywhere, on some fence. It could be Russian people who work for Russia, and they just put some signs which rockets will read, and they could target some objects which marked with that signs, with the chalk. I'm smiling, but believe me, a lot of people in Ukraine not smiling. They saw and they try to find all those signs. They call police. They try to find people who could do that, and they found a lot of kind of traitors who possibly did that. And believe me, it was beginning of the war, and the rules were hard. So I don't think all of these traitors, live now good and healthy life. So, and it was all over the media, and you just trying to think how it's possible. There are GPS, at least, you can. Okay, I saw in movies that it's possible to, mark target with some laser beam or something, but surely not with chalk. But it's all over, everywhere, and people going on some marshals and trying to find anything like that, and everyone afraid that someone will draw something with chalk. And it was very funny from one side, but from others, that fun cost a lot of lives to the people. And I just provided one example of well-known media in Ukraine. I just provided one example. And then I understand that if I want to see a real picture, I need to read more than few medias, official medias. So, and I start to look media from different sources, including Russian sources, some European sources, United States sources, so on. And believe me, it's not so simple and easy task. But combining all those sources, especially when they look at the different angles on the same facts, on the same actions, you could see the picture better. But I understand that that, maybe it's only a small percentage of people can do that, because it's time consuming and it's energy consuming, because you just need peace with the fact that everybody lies. Like Dr. House said, every media lies. And to find truth is somewhere between. It's like Mulder said in X-Files. I don't know. Yeah, truth is somewhere else. Yeah, truth is truth. I mean, facts are facts, and how you will describe that, it's other thing. And then I start analyzing even well-known news sources like Wall Street Journal, New York Times, etc., like Times Journal, Wall Street newspaper, and so on and so on. And I understand that there are a lot of materials which people probably write for money, or I don't know why, because they have special orders or what. They completely you cannot read that without smiling, because they represent some people with so many fantastic facts, which if you know something about it, it's it just it's just like the Earth is playing. I don't know. When you throw apple, it will not fall, but it will go to space, and so on and so on. So very unrealistic things. And yeah, you understand. Okay, there are no well-known media which will tell you truth, but there are still possible to find people who still trying to put some facts, maybe their own interpretation of them, which they truly said that it's my own interpretation. And I found a lot of such sources in Telegram, its messenger, and there are possibility to create some channels or groups. Oh, probably I need to create group for romantic developers here, or channel. Yeah, and it's like anonymous, so Telegram doesn't provide information about owners of those channels, unless those channels are very, I don't know, they like help terrorism or something like that. I know there are only few channels were blocked from Telegram. Someone connected with Hamas, I believe, after Israel, Gaza war, and maybe a few others. But most of them not removed, not deleted by order of some countries. Uh, not by Russian orders, not by Ukrainian orders, not by United States orders. So they should prove that it's those channels very bad, I mean, they provide a danger to people's lives or whatever. So, but if you just telling some news or some representation of some facts with different angles, you should be good to go. So I subscribe to multiple channels, multiple point of views, put it in multiple folders, and now I spend maybe 15 minutes a day just to see top channels from different folders, to see some events, and if I see some interesting event, I maybe spend slightly more just to understand what's actually going on. Without it, everything else will be just fairy tales. So yeah, and then you trying to understand why it's going on, etc. And yeah, you end up not in very good thoughts that someone making money. You could say that without reading all the channels. But yeah, I'd say there are such small amount of people who rule countries or near their government of multiple countries who actually care about people. It's unbelievable how small amount of those leaders. And if you try to gather all stupid things that big political persons ever says, probably, I don't know, most of political persons say not very good things. I mean, sometimes it's untruthful, sometimes it's just fake, stupid, fool, and so on and so on. It's, yeah, unbelievable. I believe early people were more responsible on such positions, but now, yeah, it's like new trend. Anyway, I see that we can't go to any project. So today is talking time. So I talked, and yeah, I think I spent a lot of time talking, so now I'm just going to finish the stream. Just a reminder that I'm starting my streams every day at 10 p.m. PST on this channel, so come. Sometimes I could be slightly late because of some technical problems, and they're always different, so yeah, sometimes but yeah, normally it's not taking too much to resolve them, maybe from 5 to 10 minutes. And yeah, please pass your questions, comments, everything into the chat. Right now I don't have many followers, so I will respond. Take your chances. Have a good luck, and let coziness live in your heart, and let you spread it all around you. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.